The unforgettable presence, a Stoic's guide to living in her mind. Imagine being the thought that lingers in her mind long after you've left the room, the whisper in her daydreams, and the echo in her heart. Today, we are going to unravel the ultimate strategy, fortified with the timeless wisdom of Stoicism that ensures you become the person she can't help but think about over and over again. We are not talking about fleeting impressions or cheap tricks. We are going deep into the architecture of presence. We will explore how deliberate actions, a serene demeanor, and a strong inner character can make you a permanent, welcome fixture in her thoughts. By blending ancient philosophical insights with an understanding of modern psychology, you will master the art of presence, turning every moment you share into a lasting, resonant memory in her mind. So stay with me, learn how to captivate her spirit subtly yet profoundly, and become the dream she cherishes even while she is awake. And make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to continue your journey of transformation. A journey to becoming a man who is not just seen, but truly remembered. Now, let's begin. Part 1. The foundation of inner calm. Before you can project any kind of attractive energy outward, you must first cultivate it inward. The foundation of an unforgettable presence is not built on what you say or do, but on the quiet, solid ground of your own inner state. This is where we begin, with the twin pillars of confident silence and mindful listening. Strategy 1. Let silence speak with confidence. In a world that is overwhelmed by noise, by distractions, by constant nervous stimulation, the mastery of silence is an incredibly rare and powerful trait. It demonstrates a level of confidence and self-assuredness that is profoundly captivating. A man who can be at ease in a moment of silence is a man who does not need to prove himself with a constant stream of words. He is not anxiously seeking validation through endless conversation. He is secure in his own presence. Think about it. Silence, when used with intention, becomes a powerful tool of communication. It is like the pause in the rhythm of a great piece of music. It is the space that allows the notes to resonate, to sink deeper into the soul of the listener. The same principle applies to your interactions with women. Instead of rushing to fill every conversational pause with noise, you must learn to embrace the quiet. When you are comfortable in those moments, you convey a level of emotional intelligence and self-control that most men sorely lack. Women, who are often bombarded by the nervous energy of men trying to impress them, are deeply drawn to that sense of calm. It shows her you are not easily rattled. It shows her you are present, aware, and thoughtful. This is a core tenet of Stoicism. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, perhaps the most powerful man in the world at the time, wrote to himself in his private journal, "It is in your power to maintain your own tranquility, to live in silence, a constant quiet within." This quiet confidence reflects an immense inner strength. It shows that you do not rely on external things, like her constant approval or an endless flow of conversation, to feel at peace. You can simply be. And trust me, when you master this, you are no longer just another guy trying to impress her. You become a mystery, a calm center in a chaotic world, someone she will instinctively want to unravel. Let's consider a historical example. At the Constitutional Convention of 1787, George Washington presided over the proceedings. He was not known for his soaring oratory like some of the other founders. In fact, he spoke very little during the months of heated debate, but his presence was colossal. Delegates noted that his calm, steady, and often silent demeanor held the entire fragile process together. He listened more than he spoke. His silence was not empty. It was full of attention, of gravity, of thought. His power came not from his words, but from his immense, unshakable presence. How to apply this? Next time you are in a conversation, practice the art of the intentional pause. After she says something meaningful, let a small silence linger for a beat or two before you respond. This small gap is not awkward. It is powerful. It shows you are truly listening, processing her words, not just waiting for your turn to speak. It also gives her time to feel the weight of what's being said, making the entire conversation more meaningful. Confident silence isn't about staying mute or being passive. It is about being so secure in yourself that you can let the conversation breathe. Women are drawn to men who are not afraid to slow down, to allow the natural, unforced flow of connection to unfold. It is in these quiet, shared moments where real chemistry is born, where she starts imagining what other depths lie beneath your calm exterior. A man who masters silence exudes a mysterious allure that will leave her dreaming of you, wondering about your next move. So gentlemen, remember, confidence isn't always loud. Sometimes it is in the quiet moments that you truly become unforgettable. Strategy 2. Practice the art of mindful listening. Let's say you're sitting across from a woman in a vibrant cafe. The conversations and laughter around you begin to fade into a gentle hum as she starts to share a story, her eyes sparkling with excitement or deep in thought. The average man in this scenario is half listening. He is waiting for his turn to speak. He is thinking of a clever response, a similar story of his own, or a way to impress her. He offers half-hearted nods while his mind is elsewhere. But you are different. You are fully immersed in her words. Your gaze is steady. Your mind is clear of internal and external distractions, and every part of your being is engaged in the act of understanding her. This is the essence of active listening. But when it is infused with Stoic principles, it becomes a powerful tool of connection that makes you unforgettable. Active listening, in its truest form, is about more than just hearing words. It is about being truly present, understanding with empathy, and engaging in a conversation with sincere intention. The Stoics taught us to be present in the moment, to give our full attention to the task at hand, free of distractions. When you apply this discipline to listening, you are not just hearing her story. You are offering her a profound gift. You are making her feel deeply seen and deeply understood, something exceptionally rare in a world where most people are far too preoccupied with their own thoughts and agendas. Imagine the impact. She can feel the difference. It's not just that you are paying attention. It is your ability to make her feel valued, important, and safe. In a time when genuine connection is so hard to come by, this act of pure, undistracted presence stands out. It's an experience she will keep coming back to in her thoughts. How to apply this? First, start by being physically present. Put your phone away. Out of sight, out of mind. Let go of the compulsive need to interrupt or to finish her sentences. Resist the urge to immediately relate everything she says back to yourself. Instead, focus on her words, her facial expressions, and the subtle emotions behind her story. Second, practice reflective listening. You can reflect her thoughts back to her by summarizing them in your own words. For example, you can say, "So it sounds like that experience really challenged you, but you also found a strength you didn't know you had." This stoic patience and engagement show that you aren't just passively hearing her. You are actively processing and understanding her experience on a deeper level. Third, ask thoughtful, open-ended questions that show you genuinely care. Instead of, "Did you like it?" ask, "What was the most surprising part of that for you?" Or, "How did that change your perspective?" These questions not only keep the conversation flowing, but also make her feel safe and understood, creating a space where she can express herself freely. When a woman feels truly heard, it is as if you have discovered a secret key to her heart. She will remember you long after the conversation has ended, replaying the feeling of being so completely seen and valued. Active listening, grounded in Stoicism, is not about merely reacting. It is about thoughtful, empathetic engagement. It's about creating a calm, safe space where emotions are heard, respected, and understood. When you master this skill, you become a man she can't stop thinking about, because in your presence, she feels like the most important person in the world. Part 2. The Art of Intrigue. Once you've established a foundation of calm presence, you can begin to build the upper floors of the structure, the captivating element of intrigue. Intrigue is not about being deceptive or playing games. It is the art of creating a compelling narrative, one that makes her want to turn the page and discover what happens next. Strategy 3. Embrace the enigma. Imagine this. You are at a lively gathering, surrounded by people sharing stories, each one trying to outdo the other in a contest of charisma. It's your turn to speak, and you dive into a story so captivating that the ambient noise seems to fall away. As your words pull them deeper into the tale, you reach the climax, the most exciting part, and then you stop. With a subtle, knowing smile, you say, "Well, maybe I'll tell you the rest some other time," and you leave it at that. You have just planted the seed of mystery. You have just embraced the power of the enigma. This tactic, rooted in self-control and an understanding of human nature, is something Stoicism encourages. You control what you reveal, keeping just enough back to leave them wanting more. From a Stoic viewpoint, living with intention and purpose applies even to how we share ourselves with others. Women, like all people, are naturally drawn to the unknown. Curiosity is a powerful, primal force. When you reveal only part of the picture, it pulls others in, especially when the parts you leave out seem to suggest even greater depth and experience. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By practicing restraint in what you share, you not only control your own narrative, but you also guide how others perceive you. Being an enigma does not mean being cold, closed off, or emotionally distant. It is about mastering the art of selective sharing. It's about knowing when to reveal just enough of your personality or your life story to spark her imagination, while keeping the most intriguing details under wraps for a later time. Perhaps you casually mention that you've been working on a project that truly excites you, or you hint at a life-changing experience without revealing the whole story. This creates a sense of depth and mystery that keeps her mind returning to you, wondering who you truly are and what other secrets you might hold. For example, if you're someone with a passion for travel, you could mention a transformative trip you once took. But instead of laying out every detail of the itinerary, you pause before getting into the best part and say something like, "The rest of that story, that's for another day." Her mind will naturally start to fill in the blanks, and often the scenarios she imagines will be even more compelling than the reality. In this way, you become a fascinating puzzle she is eager to solve. The more she thinks about you, the more mental real estate you will occupy. And that is where the magic happens. But there is an important balance to be struck here. Too much mystery can create distance, making you seem unavailable, arrogant, or uninterested. That can backfire. The Stoic approach is to find the perfect balance between what you reveal and what you withhold. You allow her to feel close enough to be intrigued, but never so close that she feels she has you all figured out. It's like a well-written novel that leaves her eagerly turning the pages. Every conversation with you should feel like there is always another exciting chapter to be uncovered. The curiosity you ignite will linger in her mind, sparking fantasies, questions, and thoughts about you long after you've left the room. Strategy 4. Mix curiosity with a playful vibe. When you are confidently moving through life, exuding an air of mystery and calm, you naturally spark curiosity. But when you combine this with a playful, challenging vibe, the effect becomes irresistible. Stoicism teaches us to remain composed and in control of our inner state, but that doesn't mean we have to be boring or overly serious. It is about mastering the balance between being intriguing and being emotionally grounded, a combination that resonates deeply. Women are naturally drawn to men who can blend playful intrigue with a steady, confident presence, creating a connection that goes far beyond the surface. Take a situation where she's reading a book. The typical boring response is, "What's that book about?" Instead, you could playfully comment on the cover or tease her by suggesting she try something outside her comfort zone. "I don't know. That looks a little too serious for you. I picture you reading spy thrillers." This isn't just idle teasing. It is a way to challenge her in a fun, light-hearted manner. It makes the conversation feel fresh, dynamic, and unpredictable. Stoicism teaches us the value of living in the moment, of embracing spontaneity without being swept away by it. In your conversations, this means being present and fully engaged, but also unpredictable enough to spark curiosity. By staying grounded and not letting her reactions dictate your emotional state, you are able to keep things fun and intriguing, creating a powerful sense of anticipation. She will not only enjoy her time with you, but she will find herself thinking about your next encounter long after it's over. The goal is not to manipulate or play mind games. The Stoics believed in authenticity above all. You are not hiding who you are. You are simply pacing the way you reveal yourself. The intrigue comes naturally when you don't rush to lay all your cards on the table, allowing her to discover you bit by bit. With each interaction, she will feel more drawn to you, her curiosity deepening as she wonders what new layers you will reveal next. The key here is subtlety. You are not trying to overwhelm her with constant attention or force her into deep conversations. Instead, you keep it light, fun, and unpredictable. She might find herself smiling at the memory of a playful remark you made, or wondering about your next move. This sense of mystery, rooted in your ability to stay composed and playfully engaging, will make her think of you when she least expects it. By blending the calm self-assurance of Stoicism with playful intrigue, you create an irresistible aura of confidence. Women dream of men who are in control of themselves, yet still bring a sense of excitement and wonder to every moment. Strategy 5. Leave her wanting more. Imagine this. You are at an event, locked in a captivating conversation. The chemistry is electric, the conversation flows smoothly, and the laughter is easy and genuine. As the night goes on, she's fully engaged, and it seems like the perfect moment. Then, just as the energy peaks and the connection feels strongest, you glance at her, offer a warm, genuine smile and say, "This has been fantastic, but I have to get going. I have an early morning tomorrow." You lock eyes for a lingering moment, and just like that, you have created an unforgettable experience. The key to leaving her wanting more is not about playing mind games. It is about understanding the natural human desire for anticipation and leaving things unfinished in a way that sparks immense curiosity. Think about your favorite television series. Every episode ends on a cliffhanger, keeping you thinking about what's coming next for days. You are not only giving her a great moment in the present, but you are planting the seed of anticipation that she will carry with her long after you have left. This is where the philosophy of Stoicism comes directly into play. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is moderation, knowing when to stop, when to hold back, and not giving in to excess in any form. Just as a Stoic knows when to walk away from distractions and unnecessary indulgences, you can apply the same principle to attraction. By stepping away at the height of a good moment, you create a sense of balance and maintain your personal boundaries. You are not clinging to the moment or overstaying your welcome. Instead, you are honoring your time and hers, which inherently builds respect and mystery. When you leave at a high point, she is left with the best possible version of you in her mind. It is like ending a fantastic movie scene right before the grand reveal. It lingers in her thoughts, replaying over and over, sparking her curiosity about you. And it is not about being distant for the sake of being distant. It is about recognizing that leaving room for curiosity is part of human nature. We crave what we don't fully understand. When there's a little bit of mystery, it makes someone think about you constantly. Remember, you are not pulling away to create distance for its own sake. You are embodying a certain level of self-control, a quality that Stoicism teaches as essential for maintaining emotional balance and peace of mind. You are not emotionally needy or dependent on her constant attention. You are secure in yourself and your time. When you know your worth and hold your ground, it communicates to her that you are a man of substance. The key to all of this, though, is that it needs to feel natural. You are not disappearing to play hard to get. You are doing it because you genuinely have a purpose, a life, and you understand the value of leaving something to be desired. It shows self-respect, and it allows her to see you as a man who isn't desperate for attention. So the next time you find yourself in a great conversation, resist the temptation to let it go on until it fizzles out. Leave her with a smile, a lingering look, and the promise of what's to come. The power of absence is real. It is the momentary void that makes someone dream about what could be. Part 3. The expression of character. The final and most profound way to become unforgettable is to reveal, through your actions and your words, a character of depth, intelligence, and self-respect. Strategy 6. Master the art of conversation and humor. At a dinner party, you are surrounded by people, but there is one conversation that truly holds your attention. You are deep in discussion with a woman who is as intriguing as she is interested. The noise around you fades, and the two of you explore topics that flow effortlessly. Before you know it, hours have passed. This is the magic of great conversation. Being a brilliant conversationalist isn't about showing off or dominating the discussion. Stoicism teaches us the value of balance, listening as much as you speak, asking questions that show genuine curiosity, and having a desire to truly understand. It's about creating a dialogue where both parties feel engaged and valued. One thing that truly separates a great conversationalist is versatility. Can you talk about serious topics like philosophy or current events, but also switch seamlessly to lighter subjects like travel or music? This adaptability shows not only depth, but an ability to connect on multiple levels, which many women find irresistible. This is where humor, viewed through the lens of Stoicism, becomes a superpower. It is not just about making her laugh, it's about creating a meaningful connection by staying true to yourself and present in the moment. When you make her laugh, you are showing her that you have the inner strength to stay calm, confident, and composed, even when things are a bit awkward. Humor becomes a way to reveal your inner peace. Remember, humor that feels forced or rehearsed often falls flat. Authenticity is key. Whether you have a sharp wit or enjoy playful teasing, let your natural style shine through. As Marcus Aurelius said, the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Life will throw challenges at you, but if you can laugh in the face of those challenges, you demonstrate resilience. Laughter is a subtle power move, showing that you can handle whatever life throws at you with grace. Strategy 7. Offer unique, character-based compliments. As you walk into an elegant art gallery, it's not the art on the walls that captivates you. It's her. You approach, and instead of offering the overused and empty compliment, "You're beautiful," you observe her for a moment and say, "The way you're studying that painting tells me you see beyond the surface, and that's rare." In that single moment, you have sparked something deeper. You have left a lasting impression she will not easily forget. Unique, character-based compliments are like hidden gems in a world of ordinary words. They shine because they go beyond mere appearance. They reflect that you see the person in front of you as an individual with layers of complexity. This approach draws from the Stoic belief in focusing on the essence of a person, their character, not just the superficial shell. A woman does not want to be just another pretty face. She wants to feel seen, understood, and valued for who she is. When you offer a compliment that touches on her intellect, her passions, her kindness, or her courage, you are telling her that she stands out in your eyes, not because of her looks, but because of her character. For example, instead of saying, "You're smart," say something like, "The way you broke down that concept made it so easy to understand. You have a gift for clarity." This does more than just compliment her intelligence. It shows that you paid attention, that you were truly engaged with her thoughts. But here is where Stoicism provides the crucial guideline. These compliments must never come from a place of manipulation. The Stoics teach us to value authenticity and sincerity. The moment you shift from empty flattery to genuine admiration, you create a connection rooted in truth. Strategy 8. Dress with intention and self-respect. Picture this. You walk into a room and without saying a single word, you command attention. There is no need for flashy clothing or loud statements. Instead, it is the quiet confidence, the subtle details, the care you have put into your appearance that draws people in. Your clothes fit just right. Your shoes are clean. Every element tells a story of someone who knows exactly who they are. This is the power of dressing with intention, not for others, but for yourself. Dressing well, from a Stoic perspective, is not about seeking validation or mindlessly following trends. It is about mastering yourself. It is about understanding your body, your preferences, and choosing to present the best version of yourself with intention and self-respect. When you dress with care and precision, you are sending a silent message that you take responsibility for yourself, a core Stoic principle. Your appearance becomes a reflection of your discipline, a subtle yet powerful indicator of the attention you pay to the details of your life. Before you even speak, your clothes and grooming are making an impression. Are they saying, "I respect myself and I respect this moment"? Or are they quietly whispering, "I didn't give much thought to this"? In relationships, these details matter. When you show that level of care for yourself, she will naturally assume that you will extend that same care and attention to her. You don't need to overdo it with a fancy suit, but a well-fitted pair of jeans, a clean pressed shirt, and polished shoes can speak volumes. There should be a natural harmony in how you have put yourself together, a sign that you respect the moment and the person you are with. She will notice these things, and when you leave, the thought of you lingers. Why? because you have left her with the sense that you are a man who is thoughtful, intentional, and self-aware. Someone who doesn't need external validation to feel good about himself. You live with purpose, and that kind of energy is unforgettable. Conclusion: the echo of a well-lived presence. We have journeyed through the art of becoming unforgettable, blending Stoic wisdom with practical strategies to ensure you are the thought that lingers in her mind. We have uncovered how embracing confident silence, weaving in mystery, mastering the art of conversation, and embodying self-respect can make you a permanent, welcome fixture in her thoughts. But the ultimate lesson is this: all of these strategies are merely the outward expression of a well-cultivated inner world. The goal is not to use silence or to perform mystery. The goal is to become the kind of man who is naturally calm, who is genuinely curious, who is respectfully playful, and who has such a strong sense of his own purpose and self-respect that everything he does feels authentic and grounded. You do not become unforgettable by trying to make her dream of you. You become unforgettable by building a life and a character that are themselves admirable. Her thoughts are simply a natural echo of the strong presence you have built within yourself. So I encourage you to reflect on these strategies. Which one resonated with you the most? How will you integrate these lessons into your interactions to become not just noticed, but truly memorable? Thank you for watching. And remember, in the quiet moments, in the playful banter, and in the depth of genuine interaction, you have the power to be unforgettable. Keep striving, keep reflecting, and above all, keep building the man you are meant to be.